If you are a legal immigrant or illegal immigrant and want to stay abreast on all Donald Trump's executive orders and all the changes and how they are going to be affecting you, keep watching this video. Executive Order 14159, Protecting the American People Against Invasion. Signed on January 20th, 2025, this order aims to enhance border security and immigration enforcement by expanding the use of expedited removal, allowing for the rapid deportation of individuals without a court hearing. Deny federal funding to sanctuary jurisdictions that do not cooperate with federal immigration authorities. So if you are in a sanctuary city and the sanctuary cities get funding for different churches and stuff like that house illegal immigrants or immigrants period that are trying to adjust their status, if they do not work with immigration authorities like allowing ICE in, they are going to get sanctions and they are going to reduce or even remove completely their funding, imposing criminal and civil penalties for immigrants who fail to register as undocumented. So if you're an illegal immigrant or an immigrant that need your status adjusted and you don't file or you don't register as undocumented immigrant, they are imposing criminal and civil penalties, meaning they are making it a crime that you don't register as undocumented. Increasing the hiring of immigration and customs enforcement and customs and border protection agents. And this is self-explanatory. You're going to have more ICE workers, you're going to have more CPD agents, and they're going to have more funding and leverage. Restricting access to public benefits for undocumented immigrants. So if you are undocumented and you wanted to get health insurance or stuff like that, they are restricting access to public benefits. So whatever public benefits you have access to, if you're undocumented, they're probably going to take it away. Expanding 28G agreements, which allow local law enforcement to collaborate with federal immigration authorities. So this is allowing ICE and CPD agents to work with the CIA and FBI to get undocumented people that may have committed a federal crime or just a higher crime, to get them removed quicker and more easy. Increasing federal criminal prosecution for immigrant-related offenses. So basically, that means if you lied on your visa form that you have war crime-related background or criminal-related background, whether that be petty criminal background or high criminal background like murder, they can actually find you guilty, remove you from your visa or your green card, and prosecuting you on a federal level. Executive Order 14160, Protecting the Meaning and Value of American Citizenship. Also signed on January 20, 2025, this order seeks to end birthright citizenships for certain children born in the U.S. Specifically, it states that individuals born after February 19, 2025 are not U.S. citizens at birth if their mother was unlawfully present in the U.S. and their father was neither a U.S. citizen nor a lawful permanent resident at the time. Their mother was in the U.S. on a temporary status, so example, student, work, or tourist visa, and their father was neither a U.S. citizen nor a lawful permanent resident at the time. So if the mom comes here on a visa, work program, tourist, and whatever the case may be, and she has her child here, that child is no longer a citizen if the father is not a legal citizen or legal permanent resident. Both of you guys are undocumented or illegal immigrants, then that child is not a citizen. Suspension of asylum access at the southern border. The administration had implemented a policy suspending asylum access at the U.S.-Mexican border, resulting in the return of asylum seekers to country where they may face prosecution or torture. The administration has also intensified efforts to reduce both legal and illegal immigration, including shutting down the asylum system at the border, halting flights for previously approved refugees. So if you were in another country and you are a refugee and all your paperwork was approved and you're supposed to get on the flight and leave that country, all of that has stopped. To end birthright citizenship, which I just explained, introducing strict screenings for visa applicants. So if you're in the process of trying to get a visa in the next 2 to 4 years, please know that it's going to be very strict and it's going to be very hard for you to get your visa, because they are implementing more stricter guidelines and more strenuous guidelines for people to get visas to come to the United States of America, and ensuring that only highly paid professionals benefit from the H-1B visa program. Highly paid and highly educated professional, you can no longer get a H-1B visa to enter the US anymore. So even though you're illegal and you may not be documented and ICE have a removal order for you, even though that is the case with a lot of people, you still have rights and you still have options. If ICE shows up at your door, it is your constitutional right not to open your door if they don't have a judicial warrant. A judicial warrant is very different from a ICE form, and that's what a lot of ICE officers use to remove undocumented or illegal immigrants in the US. It is a ICE form, I-205 form, and that is not the warrant from a judge. ICE cannot enter your home unless they have a judicial warrant signed by a judge. They come to your door, ask them to slide the warrant underneath the door or hold it to the window. If the warrant is from ICE and is not signed by a judge, you do not have to let them in. If that goes too far and you let them in, please know you have the right to remain silent. You don't have to answer any questions about who you are, what your status is, or any of that, or where you were born. You can simply say to the ICE officers, I'm exercising my right to remain silent and want to speak to a lawyer. However, I feel like this is very tricky because recently I've been seeing in the news where they have been arresting born and raised United States born citizens, which is why this is scary not only for illegal or undocumented immigrants, it's scary for people that is documented and legal in the US, because you don't know what they're willing to do to make numbers or to make their quota for the day or to get who they are looking for. Do not sign anything that they may try to pressure you into signing, documents that could harm your case. Do not sign anything without speaking to a lawyer first. If you're undocumented, if you're illegal, or if you're just simply trying to adjust your status and they have a removal order for you and you have put in your documents and did all that you can, if they come knocking at your door, please record and document everything. So if it's possible, record the interactions with your phone, take notes, or names of the agents, the name on their badges, badge numbers, and exactly what they say to you. And if you have an immigration lawyer, you send that to your immigration lawyer. If you are undocumented, illegal, or they have a removal order because you overstayed your visa, make sure you have a plan. Make sure family members know what to do in case of an ICE visit, and make sure you have a trusted lawyer phone number easily accessible for you. Have a plan, have a contingency plan A, B, and C, because at this point no one knows what's going to happen, because all of these executive orders are very broad, which is allowing these ICE agents and CPD to do as they see fit. And even if they don't show up at your house and you see them outside, and you're not required to show identification beyond what is legally necessary. So if you're driving or you're walking around and you see an ICE agent come up to you and ask you what's your name and what's your status, you don't have to tell them anything about your status, anything about where you were born, anything. You literally walking around and they're looking for someone. The only thing you have to do is give them your identification, and that is your driver's license or any document that you have to identify yourself. If you're illegal or undocumented, don't let their jobs be easy by just telling them you're illegal. You still have rights and you still have options. So with that being said, I'm going to end this video here. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and leave your comments in the comment section below. And I'll see you in the next one. Deuces.